In a distant corner of the universe, the Galactic Council convened for their regular meeting. Representatives from various advanced alien civilizations gathered to discuss matters of interstellar importance. The grand hall buzzed with a cacophony of foreign tongues and the occasional clicking of strange appendages. As the council members took their seats, the topic of discussion turned to a peculiar species known as humans. Originating from a small, unremarkable planet called Earth, humans were relatively new to the galactic stage. "I've heard they still use primitive projectile weapons," scoffed a tentacled delegate from the Zoraxian Empire. "Can you imagine? Firing bits of metal at each other like savages." The other council members chuckled, amused by the thought of such rudimentary technology. "Their spacecraft can barely reach the edge of their own solar system," added a insectoid representative from the Hive Collective. How could they possibly contribute anything of value to the council? However, not everyone shared this dismissive attitude. A wise, ancient being from the Celestial Confederation raised a gnarled appendage to speak. "Do not underestimate the humans," it warned, its telepathic voice echoing in the minds of all present. "They may be young and inexperienced, but they possess a rare determination and adaptability." The council fell silent, considering the elder's words. Some members nodded thoughtfully, while others remained unconvinced. "Perhaps we should invite them to join us," suggested a glowing, energy-based life form from the Luminous Alliance. "Observe them more closely. Learn from their unique perspective." The idea was met with mixed reactions. Some council members argued that humans were too primitive, too unpredictable to be trusted with a seat at the table. They feared that the humans' aggressive nature and lack of advanced technology could disrupt the delicate balance of power within the council. Others, however, saw potential in the human race. They recognized the value of diversity and believed that the council could benefit from the humans' fresh outlook and innovative problem-solving skills. After much deliberation, a decision was reached. The humans would be extended an invitation to join the Galactic Council, but they would be closely monitored and evaluated to ensure they adhered to the Council's standards and regulations. As the meeting adjourned, the council members dispersed, each pondering the implications of this historic decision. Some looked forward to the opportunity to study the humans more closely, while others secretly plotted to exploit the humans' perceived weaknesses for their own gain. Little did they know that the humans would soon prove them all wrong. For hidden within the depths of human society were technological marvels that would shake the very foundations of the Galactic Council. Advanced firearms that had been developed in secret, honed to perfection through centuries of innovation and experimentation. The humans had learned long ago that the universe was a dangerous place, filled with hostile species and unforeseen threats. They had poured their ingenuity and resources into creating weapons that could defend their civilization against any foe. Weapons that the Galactic Council had foolishly underestimated. As the human delegation prepared to embark on their journey to the Council's headquarters, they carefully selected their most impressive firearms to bring along. They knew that they would need to make a strong first impression to show the Council that they were not to be trifled with. And so, with a sense of purpose and determination, the humans set out to take their place among the stars, ready to prove their worth to the Galactic Council, and to defend their way of life by any means necessary. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations unlike any the galaxy had ever seen, and the Council was about to learn just how gravely they had underestimated the power of human firearms. The day had finally arrived. The human delegation, led by Ambassador Erica Thompson, stood at the entrance of the Galactic Council's headquarters. The massive structure, a marvel of alien engineering, loomed before them like a glistening monolith. As they stepped inside, the humans couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and trepidation. They knew that their every move would be scrutinized by the council members, and they were determined to make a lasting impression. The council chamber was a sight to behold. Towering columns stretched towards a vaulted ceiling, adorned with intricate carvings depicting the histories of 1,000 worlds. Representatives from countless alien species filled the room, their gazes fixed upon the human delegation as they made their way to the center of the chamber. Ambassador Thompson stood tall, her shoulders squared, and her expression confident. She carried with her a sleek, black case, a container that held the key to the human success. As the council members settled into their seats, the Zoraxian delegate rose to address the humans. "Welcome to the Galactic Council," it began, its tentacles writhing with barely concealed disdain. "We have granted you this opportunity to prove your worth. What do you have to offer us?" Ambassador Thompson smiled, unfazed by the alien's hostile tone. "We bring with us the most advanced firearms ever created," she declared, her voice ringing out across the chamber. "Weapons that will change the way you think about warfare and defense." A murmur of surprise and disbelief rippled through the gathered council members. Some leaned forward, intrigued by the humans' bold claim, while others scoffed and shook their heads. With a nod from Ambassador Thompson, one of her fellow delegates stepped forward and opened the black case. Inside, nestled in protective foam, was an array of gleaming firearms: assault rifles, sniper rifles, and handguns, each one a masterpiece of human engineering. The council members gasped and chattered among themselves as the humans began their demonstration. They watched in amazement as the firearms were disassembled and reassembled with lightning speed, their mechanisms explained in intricate detail. But it was the live-fire demonstration that truly left the council speechless. The humans had set up a series of targets at the far end of the chamber, targets that were designed to mimic the toughest, most resilient materials known to the galactic community. With fluid, practiced motions, the human delegates raised their firearms and opened fire. The air filled with the deafening roar of gunshots and the acrid scent of gunpowder. The targets, which had been deemed virtually indestructible by the council's own scientists, shattered and splintered under the relentless onslaught of human-made bullets. The council members watched in stunned silence as the humans displayed the power, precision, and versatility of their weapons. Some delegates who had scoffed at the idea of primitive projectile weapons now looked upon the humans with a newfound respect. As the demonstration came to a close, Ambassador Thompson addressed the council once more. "We offer these firearms not as a threat, but as a tool for peace," she said, her voice filled with conviction. "In the face of the many dangers that lurk in the depths of space, we believe that every species has the right to defend itself. By sharing our technology with you, we hope to foster a new era of cooperation and mutual understanding." The council erupted into a frenzy of debate and discussion. Some members eagerly embraced the humans' offer, while others remained wary and suspicious. But one thing was certain: the humans had made an indelible impression upon the Galactic Council. In the days and weeks that followed, the humans worked tirelessly to build bridges with their alien counterparts. They shared their knowledge and expertise, forging new alliances and partnerships that would shape the future of the galaxy. And as the council members began to see the humans in a new light, they realized that they had grossly underestimated this remarkable species. For the humans possessed not only advanced firearms, but also an indomitable spirit, a keen intelligence, and a deep-seated desire to explore the wonders of the universe. The Galactic Council would never be the same again, and the humans would play a vital role in shaping its destiny for generations to come. In the aftermath of the humans' groundbreaking demonstration, the Galactic Council found itself divided. Some members, thoroughly impressed by the power and precision of human firearms, saw the potential for a new era of cooperation and shared knowledge. They believed that by working together, the Council and the humans could achieve great things and ensure the safety and prosperity of all species. However, not everyone shared this optimistic outlook. A faction of the Council, led by the ever-suspicious Zoraxian delegate, viewed the humans' advanced weaponry as a potential threat. They feared that the humans might use their firearms to assert dominance over other species, or, worse yet, to wage war against the Council itself. Tensions rose as the two factions argued back and forth, each trying to sway the others to their side. The humans, for their part, remained calm and composed, confident in their intentions and the strength of their technology. As the debate raged on, a new voice emerged from the council, a voice that had been silent until now. It was the wise, ancient being from the Celestial Confederation, the one who had warned the council not to underestimate the humans. "My fellow council members," it began, its telepathic voice echoing through the chamber. "I understand your concerns, but I believe we must look beyond our fears and prejudices. The humans have shown us that they are not only capable of great technological feats, but also of great compassion and wisdom." The council fell silent, listening intently to the elders' words. They have offered to share their knowledge with us, to help us defend ourselves against the many dangers that threaten our way of life. Is this not a sign of their goodwill and their desire for peace? Some of the council members nodded in agreement, while others remained skeptical. The Zoraxian delegate, however, was not convinced. "And what happens when they turn their weapons against us?" it demanded, its tentacles writhing with agitation. "What happens when they decide that they no longer need the council and seek to conquer us instead?" Ambassador Thompson, who had been listening patiently to the debate, rose to address the council once more. "I assure you," she said, her voice filled with sincerity, "that we have no intention of using our firearms against the council or any of its members. Our weapons are meant for self-defense and the defense of others, nothing more." She paused, letting her words sink in. "We understand that trust is earned, not given. That is why we are willing to work with the council, to share our knowledge and expertise, and to prove ourselves worthy of your trust." The council members murmured among themselves, considering the humans' offer. Some were swayed by Ambassador Thompson's words, while others remained uncertain. In the end, it was the ancient being from the Celestial Confederation who made the final decision. "The humans have shown us their true character," it declared, its voice filled with wisdom and authority. "They have demonstrated their willingness to cooperate and their desire for peace. We would be foolish to reject their offer of friendship and alliance." The council members, even the most skeptical among them, could not argue with the elders' wisdom. And so, with a sense of cautious optimism, the Galactic Council accepted the humans' offer and began the process of forging a new partnership. In the weeks and months that followed, the humans worked tirelessly to share their knowledge and expertise with the Council. They trained the Council's security forces in the use of firearms, teaching them the principles of marksmanship and tactical combat. They also worked with the Council's scientists and engineers to develop new, even more advanced weapons that could defend against the most fearsome threats the galaxy had to offer. And as the Council members began to see the true potential of human firearms, they realized that they had gained not just a powerful ally, but also a valuable friend. The humans, with their ingenuity, their courage, and their unwavering commitment to peace, had proven themselves worthy of the Council's trust and respect. The galaxy would never be the same again, and the partnership between the humans and the Galactic Council would go down in history as one of the most significant events in the annals of interstellar diplomacy. Months had passed since the humans joined the Galactic Council, and the alliance between the two had grown stronger with each passing day. The humans' expertise in firearms and tactical combat had proven invaluable, and the Council's security forces were now better equipped and better prepared than ever before. But even as the Council and the humans worked together to maintain peace and stability throughout the galaxy, a new threat was emerging from the shadows. A ruthless, warlike species known as the Crodax had set their sights on the Council, determined to conquer and enslave all who stood in their way. The Crodax were a formidable foe with advanced technology and a vast army of genetically enhanced warriors. They had already conquered dozens of worlds, and now they were turning their attention to the heart of the Galactic Council itself. As news of the Crodax's impending attack spread throughout the Council, panic and fear gripped the members. Many believed that they were doomed, that even with the humans' help, they could not hope to stand against such a powerful enemy. But the humans refused to give in to despair. They had faced countless challenges and adversaries throughout their history, and they knew that the only way to defeat the Crodax was to stand together and fight. Ambassador Thompson and her team worked tirelessly to develop a plan of action. They analyzed the Crodax's strengths and weaknesses, studying their tactics and strategies in great detail. They also worked with the Council's scientists and engineers to develop new weapons and defenses, designed specifically to counter the Crodax's advanced technology. As the Crodax fleet approached the Council's headquarters, the humans and their alien allies prepared for battle. They took up defensive positions around the perimeter of the Council's territory, armed with the most advanced firearms and tactical gear the galaxy had ever seen. The Crodax, confident in their superiority, launched a massive assault on the Council's defenses. They unleashed a barrage of laser fire and plasma bombs, expecting to easily overwhelm their opponents. But they had grossly underestimated the humans and their firearms. The Council's security forces, led by human tactical experts, responded with a devastating counterattack. They used their advanced rifles and machine guns to pick off the Crodax warriors one by one, while their snipers took out the enemy's key leaders and commanders. The battle raged on for hours, with neither side gaining a clear advantage. The Crodax, unused to facing such fierce resistance, began to falter and retreat. They had never encountered an enemy like the humans before, an enemy that could match their technology and their tactics blow for blow. As the tide of battle turned in the Council's favor, the Crodax commander, a massive hulking creature with glowing red eyes, realized that he had made a terrible mistake. He had underestimated the humans and their firearms, and now his army was paying the price. In a desperate attempt to salvage the situation, the Crodax commander called for a ceasefire and requested a meeting with the Council's leaders. He hoped to negotiate a truce, to buy time for his army to regroup and rearm. But the humans and their alien allies were not fooled. They knew that the Crodax could not be trusted, that any truce would only be temporary. And so, with a sense of grim determination, they pressed their advantage and launched a final, all-out assault on the Crodax's remaining forces. The battle was fierce and bloody, but in the end, the Council and the humans emerged victorious. The Crodax army was routed, their ships destroyed or captured, and their commander taken prisoner. As the smoke cleared and the dust settled, the Council members looked upon the humans with a newfound sense of respect and admiration. They had seen firsthand the power and effectiveness of human firearms, and they knew that without the humans' help, they would surely have been defeated. The humans, for their part, were proud of what they had accomplished, but they knew that their work was far from over. The galaxy was still a dangerous place, with many more threats and challenges yet to come. But they also knew that they had proven themselves to the Galactic Council, that they had earned their place among the stars. And with their advanced firearms and their indomitable spirit, they were ready to face whatever the future might bring. In the aftermath of the Crodax's defeat, the Galactic Council found itself in a state of shock and disbelief. They had come so close to total annihilation, and it was only thanks to the humans and their advanced firearms that they had managed to survive. As the Council members gathered to discuss the future, the Crodax commander, now a prisoner of war, was brought before them. The once proud warrior was a shadow of his former self, his armor battered, and his eyes filled with fear. "Please," he begged, his voice trembling. "Spare my people. We were wrong to attack you, wrong to underestimate the humans. We see that now." The Council members looked upon the Crodax commander with a mixture of pity and contempt. They had no love for the Crodax, who had caused so much death and destruction throughout the galaxy. But as they debated the fate of the Crodax, Ambassador Thompson and her team stepped forward. They had a different perspective on the situation, one that the Council had not considered. "We understand your anger and your desire for revenge," Ambassador Thompson said, her voice calm and measured. "But we must not let our emotions cloud our judgment. The Crodax are a proud and powerful species, and if we treat them with cruelty and disdain, we will only sow the seeds of future conflict." The Council members looked at each other uncertainly, not quite sure what to make of the humans' words. But as Ambassador Thompson continued to speak, they began to see the wisdom in her approach. "The Krodaks have seen firsthand the power of human firearms," she said. "They know now that they cannot defeat us through force of arms. But if we show them mercy and compassion, if we offer them a chance to join us as allies and partners, we can create a lasting peace that will benefit us all." The council members were silent for a long moment, considering the humans' proposal. Some were skeptical, arguing that the Krodaks could not be trusted, that they would only betray the council at the first opportunity. But others saw the merit in the humans' approach. They knew that the galaxy was a vast and dangerous place, and that the council needed all the allies it could get. In the end, it was the ancient being from the Celestial Confederation who made the final decision. "The humans are wise beyond their years," it said, its telepathic voice filled with admiration. "They understand that true strength lies not in conquest and domination, but in cooperation and understanding. We would do well to follow their example." And so, with a sense of hope and optimism, the Galactic Council agreed to offer the Krodaks a chance at redemption. They would be allowed to join the Council as equal partners, on the condition that they renounce their warlike ways and commit themselves to the cause of peace. The Krodaks commander, grateful for the Council's mercy, readily agreed to these terms. He knew that his people had much to learn from the humans and the other species of the galaxy, and he was eager to begin the process of rebuilding and reconciliation. As the council meeting adjourned, Ambassador Thompson and her team were hailed as heroes. They had not only saved the council from destruction, but they had also shown the galaxy a new way forward, a way based on cooperation, understanding, and mutual respect. The humans knew that there would be many more challenges and obstacles to come, but they were ready to face them head-on. With their advanced firearms and their unshakable spirit, they would continue to stand alongside their alien allies, working tirelessly to build a better, brighter future for all. And as the galaxy watched in awe and admiration, the humans and the Galactic Council embarked on a new era of peace and prosperity, one that would be remembered for generations to come. In the days following the Krodaks' surrender, the Galactic Council and the humans began the long and arduous process of rebuilding and reconciliation. The Krodaks, true to their word, renounced their warlike ways and committed themselves to the cause of peace. But even as the galaxy celebrated this new era of cooperation and understanding, the humans knew that there was still much work to be done. They had seen firsthand the power of their advanced firearms, and they knew that this technology could be both a blessing and a curse. And so, with a sense of responsibility and stewardship, the humans began to share their knowledge and expertise with the other species of the galaxy. They invited the council members to observe their training exercises and demonstrations, showing them the proper techniques for handling and maintaining firearms. At first, many of the council members were hesitant to embrace this new technology. They had seen the destruction that firearms could cause, and they were wary of the potential for misuse and abuse. But as they watched the humans in action, as they saw the discipline and precision with which they wielded their weapons, the council members began to see the value in this knowledge. They realized that firearms, when used responsibly and ethically, could be a powerful tool for maintaining peace and security throughout the galaxy. And so, under the guidance of the humans, the council members began to train their own security forces in the use of firearms. They learned how to handle and maintain a wide variety of weapons, from small handguns to large-scale artillery. But the humans knew that this was only the beginning. They knew that true mastery of firearms required not just technical skill, but also a deep understanding of the principles of safety, responsibility, and restraint. And so, they began to teach the council members about the ethics of firearms use. They emphasized the importance of using weapons only as a last resort and only in defense of innocent life. They taught the council members about the dangers of escalation and the need for calm, measured responses in the face of conflict. As the council members absorbed these lessons, they began to see firearms in a new light. They realized that these weapons were not just tools of destruction, but also symbols of the trust and responsibility that the humans had placed in them. And as word of the humans' teachings spread throughout the galaxy, other species began to take notice. They saw the wisdom and compassion in the humans' approach, and they began to seek out their guidance and expertise. Soon, the humans found themselves at the center of a growing movement, a movement dedicated to the responsible and ethical use of firearms. They traveled from world to world, teaching and training all who were willing to learn. And as the galaxy watched in awe and admiration, the humans began to forge a new identity for themselves. They were no longer just a primitive species from a backwater planet, but rather a shining example of what could be achieved through cooperation, understanding, and a commitment to peace. The Crodax, too, were transformed by this movement. They saw in the humans a model for their own future, a future in which they could use their strength and power for the greater good of the galaxy. And so, with a sense of pride and purpose, the Crodax joined the humans in their mission. They became some of the most dedicated and skilled practitioners of firearms in the galaxy, using their weapons not for conquest and domination, but for the defense of the innocent and the preservation of peace. As the years passed, the galaxy entered a new era of prosperity and progress. The Galactic Council, with the humans and the Crodax at its side, became a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who sought a better, brighter future. And though there would always be challenges and obstacles to overcome, the humans knew that they had found their true calling. They had shown the galaxy the power of firearms, not as instruments of destruction, but as tools for building a better, more peaceful world. Years turned into decades, and the galaxy continued to thrive under the guidance and leadership of the Galactic Council. The humans, once viewed as primitive and insignificant, had become one of the most respected and influential species in the cosmos. Their mastery of firearms, combined with their unwavering commitment to peace and cooperation, had made them invaluable allies to the Council and its member species. Whenever a new threat emerged, whenever a conflict threatened to destabilize the delicate balance of power, the humans were there to lend their strength and expertise. But even as the galaxy enjoyed an unprecedented era of peace and prosperity, the humans knew that they could not let their guard down. They continued to train and innovate, always striving to stay one step ahead of any potential adversaries. And so, when a new enemy emerged from the depths of uncharted space, the humans were ready. This new foe, a race of insectoid creatures known as the Xerax, had developed their own advanced weapons technology, and they were determined to use it to conquer and enslave the galaxy. The Xerax attacked without warning, striking at the heart of the Galactic Council's territory. Their ships were fast and nimble, their weapons powerful and precise. They seemed unstoppable, and many council members feared that the end was near. But the humans, along with their Crodax allies, refused to give in to despair. They rallied their forces and launched a counterattack, using every weapon and tactic at their disposal. The battle was fierce and bloody, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The Xerax were a formidable enemy, and their technology was in many ways superior to that of the Council's forces. But the humans and their allies had something that the Xerax did not: a deep and abiding trust in one another, forged through years of cooperation and shared sacrifice. They fought as one, their movements perfectly synchronized, their weapons firing in unison. And as the battle raged on, something remarkable began to happen. The Council's other member species, inspired by the humans' bravery and determination, began to join the fight. They came from all corners of the galaxy, bringing with them their own unique weapons and abilities. The Xerax, who had expected to face a divided and weakened enemy, were caught off guard by this show of unity and strength. They faltered, their advance slowing, their confidence shaken. And then, in a moment that would be remembered for generations to come, the tide of battle turned. The humans, leading a combined force of council ships and ground troops, launched a final, all-out assault on the Xerax's flagship. The battle was intense, with both sides trading blows and suffering heavy casualties. But in the end, it was the humans who emerged victorious. They boarded the Zirax flagship and captured its commander, forcing the insectoid warriors to surrender. As the smoke cleared and the dust settled, the galaxy once again found itself in awe of the humans and their remarkable abilities. They had not only defeated a powerful enemy, but they had also united the disparate species of the Council in a way that had never been seen before. In the aftermath of the battle, the Council members gathered to honor the humans and their allies. They bestowed upon them the highest honors and accolades, recognizing their bravery, their skill, and their unwavering commitment to the cause of peace. And as the humans stood before the Council, basking in the glow of their victory, they knew that their journey was far from over. They had shown the galaxy the true power of unity and cooperation, but they also knew that there would always be new challenges to face, new enemies to confront. But they were ready for whatever the future might bring. With their advanced firearms and their indomitable spirit, they would continue to stand alongside their alien allies, ready to defend the galaxy against any threat, no matter how great or small. And as the galaxy watched in awe and admiration, the humans and their allies embarked on a new chapter in their long and storied history, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, and confident in the knowledge that, together, they could overcome anything. Decades turned into centuries, and the galaxy continued to evolve and change under the watchful eye of the Galactic Council. The humans, who had once been the newcomers to this vast and complex universe, had now become one of its most respected and influential members. Their mastery of firearms had reached new heights, with each generation building upon the knowledge and expertise of their predecessors. The humans' weapons were now the stuff of legend, sought after by species across the galaxy for their unparalleled power and precision. But even as the humans basked in the glow of their success, they never forgot the lessons they had learned so many years ago. They knew that true strength lay not in the weapons themselves, but in the hands and hearts of those who wielded them. And so, the humans continued to share their knowledge and expertise with the other species of the galaxy. They established academies and training centers on countless worlds, teaching all who were willing to learn the art and science of firearms. But the humans' influence extended far beyond the realm of weapons and warfare. They had become a symbol of hope and inspiration for all who sought to build a better, brighter future for the galaxy. Under the humans' guidance, the Galactic Council had become a true force for good in the universe. Its member species worked tirelessly to promote peace, prosperity, and understanding among all races and cultures. Trade flourished, as did art, science, and philosophy. The galaxy had entered a new golden age, a time of unparalleled progress and enlightenment. But even in this time of peace and plenty, the humans knew that they could not let their guard down. They continued to train and innovate, always striving to stay ahead of any potential threats. And when a new enemy did emerge, as they always seemed to do, the humans were ready. They led the charge against the invaders, their firearms blazing, their spirits unbreakable. The battles were long and hard-fought, but in the end, the humans and their allies always emerged victorious. They had become the guardians of the galaxy, the shield that protected the innocent from harm. As the centuries passed, the humans' legend only grew. They were revered as heroes, as saviors, as the embodiment of all that was good and just in the universe. And yet, through it all, the humans remained humble and grounded. They knew that their success was not theirs alone, but rather the result of the countless sacrifices and contributions of all those who had come before them. They honored the memory of their ancestors, the brave men and women who had first ventured out into the stars, armed with nothing but their wits and their firearms. They carried on their legacy, determined to build a galaxy that would make them proud. And as the humans looked to the future, they knew that there would always be new challenges to face, new frontiers to explore. But they also knew that they would never face these challenges alone. They had their allies, their friends, their brothers and sisters in arms. Together, they would continue to stand against any threat, any enemy, any obstacle that stood in their way. And so, as the galaxy watched in awe and wonder, the humans and their allies embarked on a new era of discovery and adventure. They set out to explore the vast reaches of space, to chart new worlds and new civilizations. They carried with them the hopes and dreams of countless generations, the knowledge and wisdom of ages past, and they carried with them their firearms, the tools that had brought them so far, and that would continue to guide them on their journey to the stars. The galaxy would never be the same, and the humans would forever be remembered as the ones who had changed it all. They had shown the universe the true power of determination, of cooperation, of the indomitable human spirit. And as the centuries turned to millennia, the humans' legacy endured, a shining beacon of hope and inspiration for all who followed in their footsteps. They had become the stuff of legend, the heroes of a galaxy reborn, and their story would be told for generations to come.